In late November 2017, Mr. Hainu's former employer, the Athabasca Tribal Council, contacted police notifying them of some concerning images that were located on a USB drive belonging to Mr. Hainu. At the time of that report, Mr. Hainu had moved on. He was currently working for the Alberta Children's Services as a child welfare worker in the high-level office. Yes, primarily I've been working with Alberta Children's Services, and they've been extremely cooperative, provided us with all the information they were able to, and yes, have been very cooperative. At this point, yes, we are only aware of the possession and accessing of child pornography. No contact offenses were revealed in any of the analysis that we did. However, this is a good opportunity to request that the public do contact police if there is anyone out there that may have further information regarding this. Mr. Hainu's employment and potential access to children certainly increased the concern that we have in cases like this. Although we were aware, once we received the complaint, he was on administrative suspension. He had recent access to children up until that complaint, so certainly potential victims being out there increases the concern that we have for this, and bumped it up certainly in the priority list in terms of the forensic queue and the examination of his devices. Generally speaking, the seizure of devices and the arrest of an individual happen almost simultaneously. In this case, we had basically a report from the public that child pornography was on these devices. We had access to those devices because those devices belonged to Alberta Children's Services, and they provided them to us well in advance of Mr. Hainu's, the police contact with Mr. Hainu. So the analysis did occur ahead of my contact with Mr. Hainu. We had the evidence against him at the time of his arrest. It is unusual in these situations, but certainly best practice in this case.